Hello everyone, and here I am again with my next video on my request list, and that was requested by somebody who is a life path 6 and they have a talent number or expression number, or some people call it destiny number, master 22-4. Now, as I always say at the start of my videos, it is your life path 6 that is the king of your castle. It doesn't matter that your expression is a 22. It is still that your expression is just the talents you bring with you. Your big boss, your big number that you should be achieving in this lifetime is your life path 6. And you're going to struggle with the elements of the life path 6 because that is what you're here to evolve past in this lifetime. So I'm going to break down the elements of the life path 6 into between 9 and 10 parts. And then on the right side, I'm going to put next to it where the expression number assists the life path 6 and where sometimes it's not so good for the life path 6. And the client or you may need to take extra care to deal with these issues in your life, okay? Because it might not be something you're naturally talented at achieving. However, you might be motivated to achieve it, but that depends on your soul urge number. So, but for the purposes of this video, life path 6, supported by the talents of the master number 22-4. So your areas of development to achieve in this lifetime when you are a life path 6 is you're here to learn to be, and you're here to develop that visionary of the utopian ideal. You're here to create that dream of what the world would look like if it was the ideal, the utopia, and develop, as well as having that vision of the ideal, but also having full acceptance that that ideal does not exist and possibly may never be feasible to exist. You need to learn to look and dream about the utopian ideal, but not use it as a benchmark for your happiness or your judgment of yourself and others. You need to learn to accept yourself, others, and the world around you as perfectly imperfect and just a virtual reality school of experience that you need to help you learn and evolve in this lifetime. You need to be a compassionate, socially competent nurturer, team player. This is what you're working towards, so you might find this difficult. You're here to be a sensible advisor, but with healthy boundaries to how much you will do, because 6 tends to do too much for other people and forget their own boundaries. You're also here to develop your musical and your aesthetic artistry. Now, many 6s are excellent singers and musicians, and many are also excellent artists or makeup artists or fashion icons. It's a very creative, artistic, and creative artistry is very much about the 6. So the life path 6 is here to dream of the ideal and strive towards the ideal in everything they do, but accept the ideal for what it is and not use it as a benchmark for their happiness. Develop the ability to nurture and can be compassionate towards other people and nurture their creative artistry in order to, again, to help them nurture themselves and other people. That's what you're here to achieve. That's going to be your difficulty. But you brought with you the talents of a master number 22-4. So you've got double the social ability, the tact, the teamwork. So the social side of your life path, you already have the talent right there to help you achieve that element of your life path. You're also a master builder of business. You're a master builder of stability and structure, whether that be tangible structures or structure in the body, or structure and stability in the mind, structure and stability in the finances. That's what you're here to achieve. You're here to bring world structure, world stability in whatever area it is you choose to bring stability to. You have the talents of an old soul, and you have the business talent to be very, very successful, to be able to create stability and safety for all those involved, using structures, whether they be tangible or intangible, processes and procedures and rules and what's the word, caution, in order to make sure everybody is looked after, creating business and organizations, even empires, but that bring change in the form of stability, safety, and security. But this stability and safety and security isn't just to heal your own house or to make you feel more stable or your community more stable. You've got the talent to bring stability to the world. But this talent to bring stability to the world needs to be used to help you achieve your main important number, which is your life path 6. So bringing your ideas to this world in a very nurturing way and healing others with those ideas, and then building a business or stability around that using your talent number 22-4 would be a rough way of using your talents to achieve your life path 6. So let's break down the life path 6. You're here to be a visionary of the ideal, the dreamer of the utopian world. The sixes are the type of people that keep the ideal in humanity's mind. They're basically saying, come on, humanity, we're not perfect yet, but look what we could be if we were more compassionate. Look what we could be if we were a little bit less money driven and capitalistic. Look how we would be if we were less money hungry and aggressive towards each other and more accepting and loving and more knowledgeable that we are in fact one person. This visionary of the ideal that the 6 is here to create for us all, to give us that picture to look towards. That is vital for us, and the 6 is here to do that. That is your path, to have that vision of the utopian ideal and then act practically all the time to create that better world through your ideals. So you need to be that visionary of the ideal, to be that person that takes practical action to create a better world that come from your ideals. The 22 talent energy will have ideals that of service, because the 22 is a service number. And it's very much about helping others. That's what the master numbers are all here to do: serve and heal and help and teach the world. That's what the master numbers are here for. And when you have that as a talent, that needs to be used to help you achieve your life path. So that 22 master talent energy gives you extra talent when it comes to your attitude of service and how you treat other people and bring them to their well-being, which is very much a 22 thing. You're also able to build great structures, whether that be in the mind, the emotions, in the body, or in their outside world, their home, their business, their empire. You're able to build structures, whatever that structure may be. Businesses for whatever topic of security and stability that may be. And even an empire. I mean, you're here to be successful and use that talent well, for the good of humanity. You've got that talent to do that. So to support your life path 6, research and decide what ideals and or causes that matter most to you, the ones that you can really take some action on to help bring your ideals to earth, and making sure they're realistic is vital. Then use your master 22-4 energy to build and manifest that better world in the real world, because the 22 can manifest their ideas. So all you've got to do is create that vision and bring forward those ideas for that better world, and then use your expression master 22 talent to help you practically bring your ideals to earth. You're here to learn not to use your ideals as a benchmark for your happiness, because you can bring yourself great disappointment and sadness when you do that. It's very important that you, as a 6, reconcile your perfectionistic ideals with practical reality now, because you often judge yourself and others for not hitting that perfection, for not hitting that benchmark. And because it seems to be a benchmark for your happiness and for your acceptance of others and yourself, this can cause you great unhappiness and misery, because you just don't feel that you've made the grade, or the world hasn't made the grade, or no one around you's made the grade, or maybe all of those. Your life path 6 suggests that you're disheartened when your ideals are not met by yourself or others, and this can cause you to get quite judgmental and quite scornful at your worst. However, your 22-4 expression means you are that talented master builder, able to be more realistic. You can't be a master builder of business and structure without having some realism there. And that higher vibrational 4 within your 22-4 is where that realism can be drawn from. So your idealistic talents in the visionary can be balanced by your innate talent for realism in the 22-4 and your innate talent for perception and accepting of the world and knowing that the world is as it is for a reason. You know, when you've got a master talent, you have extra knowledge and wisdom when you tap into it to show you the true nature of the universe and why things aren't perfect the way you want them to be at the moment, and exactly why that is. You know, the fact that we're in a balanced universe that is a virtual reality school and we've got to experience the good and the bad, unfortunately. So you have the talent to be a pragmatic idealist. So you have that ideal in mind, but you're pragmatic about whether those ideals are achieved straight away or not, or if ever, because you have that sense of realism and you understand that not all of your ideals can be achieved all of the time, you know, and it's not about you being disappointed and judging others about that. So support your life path 6. You must use your practical realism from your talent in the 22-4 to understand, and of course your spiritual ability in the 22-4. You're an old soul, you know, you've got the talents of an old soul. So you've got that ability to look beyond the veil and see the real nature of the universe. So use your practical realism and your spiritual wisdom and inner knowledge to help you understand that this world is just a virtual reality school of development and evolution with opportunities for you to experience and build on your ideals, but ideals that are feasible in the real world at that time. Very, very important. You're here to develop your ability to see that big picture and not to get stuck in the petty detail, because you can often judge small imperfections and ruin and miss your successes because you're nitpicking on all the little things that you feel went wrong, that you feel didn't go right. And this can really bring a 6 down if they allow them to. So the 6 life path is saying to you, make sure you keep your eyes on the prize, keep your eyes on that big picture, rather than nitpicking and obsessing over all those little petty little bits and bobs. You know, you could have a very successful party or business trip and everything goes brilliantly, and there is the 6 stressing and nitpicking because they forgot to put their packed lunch in for their business partners, or they forgot one slide in their presentation. Even though the whole thing went beautifully well, they'll be stressing and nitpicking over this imperfection. And that's what the life path 6 needs to work past. So the 22-4 talent energy makes you excellent at dealing with both the big picture and the detail. You've just got them both there. You can channel that big picture from source energy. Remember, you have the talents of an old soul. And then you can use your practical 4, hardworking practical 4 energy, focus and meticulous realism to break down that big picture into its detail and organize that detail into a goal-driven step-by-step process towards building your ideals, your utopia in reality for the to help humanity, to help your community and family. The 6 is very about community and family and loving and parenting those close. Your life path 6 suggests that the detail can sometimes take over and mask your big picture, but you must support your life path 6 by ensuring that you keep your big picture in mind at all times and balance your detailed big picture focus. And when you find yourself nitpicking, I want you to spend some time writing down all the things that went beautifully about the day and all the successes to help balance this tendency you have to nitpick and judge yourself and others, and often the world as well, for things not going quite as you would like them to go. You're here to learn to be a nurturer, compassionate, caring and giving, especially to those that are vulnerable or struggling. You know, the 6 is very much about helping those that are vulnerable and less fortunate, those that are weaker and need even more help. And this is going to be this is going to be people and, you know, things that are struggling in your local environment, your home, your community. and, to some extent, the wider world as well. So you must learn to be more compassionate, the nurturer, to support your life path 6. So your 22/4 talent energy, your double 2 especially, will help you greatly to achieve this element of your life path 6. You're excellent at serving others, you emotionally and practically, because you've got your foot in both bowls. You've got your foot in spirituality and practicality, and you've got your foot in emotionality and practicality too. So you're great on a one-to-one basis, and very compassionate and nurturing towards others. So you already have that ability there. Your hardworking 4, your master builder energy, will also have the tendency to draw you away from other people, to channel and think and plan and work hard, sometimes too hard. Okay, very important that the 22/4, they don't use their talents to the point where they're overworking themselves. And the talented 22/4 can also be a little bit uptight and high-handed at times, and will need to make sure that they're always being nurturing and compassionate and communicating clearly with those around them. So to support your life path 6, your master builder energy, use it to bring ideas to reality. Those ideas should nurture and heal to support your life path 6. You can build stability and security for your family, community, and those less fortunate using your master builder abilities. I mean, the 22/4 is about security, and the life path 6 is about bringing security to yourself and others. Nurture security and peace. This life path 6 is about bringing peace and nurture and utopia and security. And the 22/4 can use its amazing talent for perception and ability to build and manifest in the real world, to bring those ideals, to bring that utopia as much as humanly feasible to this world to help humanity. You're here to develop boundaries because you're here for service. Your 22/4 is a service number, and the 6 can do too much. So go figure, you can be the kind of person that can meddle and do too much for others, and not only step on other people's path, but also exhaust yourself, so that you lose yourself. Then you're not doing anything to keep your own well-being. So you're here to develop boundaries to ensure that your mental and physical health are kept intact, and to stop you doing too much for others. You can do too much and meddle in other people's advice, unsolicited advice. When you're pushing too hard and doing too much, you need to learn when to back off and have strong boundaries to know, because when you do too much, you meddle in other people's lives, and you can end up doing too much and feeling undervalued, unappreciated, and ill yourself with exhaustion. And you find that you've lost yourself in the whole thing, and you don't even know what your own goals are anymore, because you've spent the whole time doing too much for everyone else around you. That's what you're working towards getting past. So you need to develop those boundaries for your health and well-being. This element of your life path 6 is a little more difficult, because as your talent 22/4 master energy is about service to humanity, this, again, it can exacerbate this tendency for you to do too much for other people. So support that life path 6. You must decide where your boundaries are and enforce them. When is your help excessive? You need to know that. You need to be aware when your help is becoming excessive. Are you still working too hard for other people and not yourself and your own family? And how much can you do and still nurture your own health and needs? That balance needs to be found, and those boundaries need to be intact. You're here to develop your social skills. The 22 is going to be great with that, and be a team player. You must break through low self-esteem and judging yourself, to be more socially confident, talkative, fun-loving, and relaxed around other people. So you need to develop your social skills in order to help you develop your life path 6. But in the 22 master talent energy, you've got double the 2 energy, so double the talent and double the ability to be social and serve the team with tact and diplomacy, and really bring the team together so things get done efficient. Lee. Your social skills are excellent. You've got that innate ability within you. You're sensitive to the needs of others. You have loads of empathy to make deep connections with other people, which can only be supportive of your life path 6. Your 4 practical doer energy, the isolationist 4, may draw you towards work and achievement and away from connecting socially. So you've got to make sure you've got that balance. So to support your life path 6 further, by making sure you give that time to develop your social skills, to help you work as part of the team. You're here to work as part of the team in your 6. Widen your relationship and people meeting base, and develop and deepen your relationship so that you can be a nurturer to more and more people in your family, friendship group and community. You're here to create that stable, nurturing, tranquil home to maintain your security and well-being. Then nurture a family in an environment of love and stability and compassion and nurture. Like the best kind of parent is what the 6th life path is here to achieve, to be the best kind of parent, the best kind of nurturer, in order to bring their ideals of the utopia down to earth in a nutshell. So you need to create a stable, nurturing, tranquil home for your life path 6 to maintain your security and your peace and your well-being, not just for you, but your family and community too. Your 22-4 energy is exceptionally talented at bringing stability and security. That higher vibrational 4 takes care of that. You can bring order to chaos in the 4 and bringing love and nurture and well-being in the 22. You've got both sides of the coin within you and all that spiritual perception and intuition and experience from all those past lives that you already have under your talent belt, because that's the talent you've brought with you. So use that ability you have to build the security of a nurturing home and community to support your life path 6. You're here to learn to be responsible and do good for those you care for. People naturally put you in positions of responsibility, but you often don't like that. You can resent being put in positions of authority, and sometimes you can be downright unnurturing and downright scornful towards others. And you need to work towards being more nurturing and being more wanting to be the responsible one, to be the advisor and the helper of others. But without doing too much. It's very much a balancing act. So you're here to learn for your 6th life path to be responsible, act positively for those you care for, because your Master 22-4 talent energy will make this element of your path easier. So you're lucky where this is concerned, because you have wisdom, ethics and responsibility from your enhanced connection to source energy, with all that talent and experience you have there that at your disposal, intuition and heightened perceptions and experiences that you don't know why you just know. So you have the wisdom, ethics and responsibility that befits your highly developed spirituality, making you incredibly responsible, because you just know the responsible thing to do. You thrive in positions of responsibility in your talent, and you will serve the family, team and the world very well if you take on that responsibility. Attract responsibility in your life and deal with it to help you develop that for your life path 6. You're here to learn to use that artistic and aesthetic potential that I went on about at the very beginning. You're artistic. You could do it in art, you can do it in music, and your art can be fine art, sculpture, homewares, home design, fashion, makeup, anything that needs that artistic and creative flair. And not only that, you have an amazing potential for music, for singing or playing musical instruments. Is all there within you, and that will help nurture your soul so that you can develop yourself and help you to nurture other people. You could use your creative, your artistic and your musical ability as part of what you do to nurture other people. It can be part of your business that you master build with your talents. You're here to explore your creative artistry and your aesthetics and music and really develop and bring that forward. But your Master 22-4 talent focuses on work and business and building and practical planning and action. and people and relationships and development of your intuition, security building, working with others harmoniously. That's what they tend to focus. So your home and family need to be more important to you because it's your because you have a life path 6. They are your love and they are your security, and that's what you're here to focus on. You need to develop your musical and aesthetic potential in order to nurture yourself and other people around you, whether it be in home designs, home aesthetics, or playing at the Royal Albert Hall with an instrument and your singing voice. That is very, very 6. Making yourself or your environment beautiful is part of the nurture you can use to support your life path 6. Music therapy, art therapy. There's so many ways that you can use your creative artistry as part or all of your nurture towards the ideals and the visions that you've created for your life path 6. Whereas the 22-4 might be more sort of business focused most of the time. This person just needs to make sure that they're always putting their eyes on their home and their family and their security and their community's security and well-being and peace, because that is very much the 6th thing. And you can use your artistic and musical potential to help you do that. So I hope you found my video today on how the 22-4 supports the life path 6 really useful. I've got courses on Udemy. I'm going to put links in the description box. My master course isn't here yet. It's so long. If you would like a reading from me, please email me. If you'd like to request a video or ask me questions, or if you'd like one-to-one tutoring in numerology, anything to do with numerology, I can teach you or I can help you with it. So send me an email, request a video, request a reading. I love to hear from you guys. As ever, trust the soul within you, because only you know what's best for you.